check us. Yeah, she just got here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Ah, we made it. Her teenage son is accused in the murder.
If you do fill out one of these forms, it's best to, once again, another reminder, if you do fill out one of these.
Mic check, Tyler.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Her teenage son is accused in the murder of a 13-year-old boy.
But a distraught mother tells Fox 5 her son is innocent. Our exclusive story is next.
Fox 5 News at 10 starts right now.
Tonight, a local mother is defending her teenage son. She says Malik Davis could never kill.
But police are telling a different story. They claim Davis was involved in the murder of a child, that he somehow played a part in executing 13-year-old Najir Rodriguez while the straight-A student slept in his bed. Well, tonight, Davis's mother sat down with Fox 5's Trevor Shirley to explain why she believes her son is wrongly jailed. And it's a story you will only see here.
17-year-old Malik Davis is charged with murder, accused of killing 13-year-old Nazir Rodriguez back in August. And despite evidence that officials say links Davis to that crime, Davis's mother tells Fox 5 exclusively her son is innocent.
He said, I don't know nothing what they talking about. He said, Mama, I would not kill a child.
Carroll County investigators have charged Malik Davis and 2 others with murder in what they believe could be a case of mistaken identity. Authorities say Davis had a direct hand in the murder, but Latassa Montgomery denies her son had any involvement, yet can't say where he was when the victim was killed.
Where was he when all this was happening? Do you know?
No, I do not know where he was, at that time.
Kenneth Wheat and Jacqueline Freeman are also charged with murder in connection to the case. Freeman, Montgomery says, is her son's cousin. She told me she can't speak for the others involved, but says her son had no access to a gun. And she adds, wouldn't need one anyway.
My son don't carry no firearm. He don't need to carry no firearm because everybody know what he's about, If you push him in the wrong way, he's going to fight you. Yes, he is.
Brianna Turner and Olita Ward have also been arrested, police charging them with making false statements. That brings the total number charged to 5.
So who do you think is responsible?
I don't know. I really don't.
Davis was denied bond at his last court appearance. That means that he'll stay here at the Carroll County Jail as the case continues. Reporting in Carroll County, I'm Trevor Shirley, Fox 5 News.
We have a Fox 5 News alert tonight. Police have released this new clear picture of a violent robber. Now, this is the man who shot a clerk at a gas station off of Flat Shoals Road, even after the clerk gave him the money he was asking for. And we also have surveillance video of the attack Tuesday morning. Tonight, the clerk remains in critical condition. If you have any information at all on the shooting suspect, you're asked to call police right away.
Another news alert now. This is a live look at Georgia 400 tonight, where the Department of Transportation is shifting lanes on the northbound side where the toll booths used to be. This is the last weekend of construction scheduled for that part of 400. The southbound lanes will shift tomorrow night. And then all that's left is some landscaping before all evidence of the toll plaza is gone.
Developing tonight, a well-known real estate developer and his wife are believed to have died in a plane crash. Now, the circumstances are bizarre. Air traffic controllers lost contact with the plane after it left an airport in Rochester, New York. It was supposed to land in Naples, Florida, but ended up crashing off the coast of Jamaica. Now, 2 NORAD fighter jets were sent up to monitor the plane after it lost contact with controllers.
And those fighter pilots say they saw the pilot slumped over inside that plane. News Edge anchor Tom Haynes joins us now to explain what they think happened to the pilot and to the plane. Tom?
Well, and as you say, the circumstances surrounding the crash of this out-of-control plane, bizarre. The flight plunging into the ocean just north of Jamaica, and tonight we know rescuers there have found an oil slick indicating that this ghost flight plunged into the ocean in that area. And while the fate of the 2 passengers on board is not known, one official told reporters no wreckage has been found. The small single-engine turboprop shadowed by 2 U.S. fighter jets who reported seeing the windows frosted over and its pilot slumped over.
I can't confirm they were headed to Naples, Florida. They flew there this morning, and beyond that, we only know what you guys know.
We also know tonight the identity of the pilot. Prominent real estate developer Larry Glazer and his wife, both, by the way, licensed pilots. On a transcript of air traffic control recordings, Mr. Glazer can be heard requesting a lower altitude, that one of his indicators wasn't right. After another brief exchange, the pilot was unresponsive. More details as we get them as to the fate of the crew and the plane's wreckage.
Well, tonight the sun is down and so are the temperatures, but today was hot and humid. It was a taste of what we're going to see this weekend. Fox 5 meteorologist Doug Evans live tonight at the Storm Center with a look at our forecast. Doug?
Well, Sinead, what a nice change, huh? The past couple of nights, we've been dodging rain showers all the way up until the midnight hour. Not tonight. Take a look at Fox 5 Live Viper. An absolutely clear night across north and central Georgia tonight. Good news for the many, many people that were attending high school football games. Right now, the temperature in Atlanta is 80 degrees. We are cooling off nicely from a high temperature that was up in the upper 80s to low 90s in some places. Now, overnight, we're looking at a temperature of 71 degrees under mostly cloudy skies and muggy. Muggy is going to appear in the forecast for tomorrow morning as well. 71 degrees your wake-up temperature under partly cloudy skies. Around the region, 68 to 73 degrees. Now listen, we're going to have some relief. It is in sight. It's not going to happen this weekend, but when it does come, it's going to be welcome. I'll have your Fox 5 Storm Team AccuWeather forecast coming up.
All right, we'll see you soon. Doug, thanks. A third American missionary stricken with the deadly Ebola virus is now back on U.S. soil. A medical jet carrying Dr. Rick Sacra touched down in Omaha, Nebraska early this morning. Sacra tested positive for Ebola on Monday while working for the charity SIM in Liberia. And tonight, he's being treated in a special isolation unit at the Nebraska Medical Center. His wife says Sacra volunteered to go back to Liberia in early August, knowing the dangers because he believed the Liberian people need him.
But he would want you to know that he would not be afraid to pass into eternal life with the Lord, not because he has done good works, but because of the death of Christ on his behalf.
So we're going to be using aggressive supportive care to support his organ systems, fluids, electrolytes, etc. We'll try to make sure that there's nothing else going on with him.
Well, Dr. Mark Rupp says they're exploring experimental treatments, but that ZMapp, the drug used on the two patients treated here at Emory, is not available for use on Dr. Sacra.
Well, new at 10, Russ, it is election season, and while politicians are vying for your vote, well, crooks are also campaigning. They want to get your personal information. Now, Fox 5 has learned that scammers pretending to help you get to the polls are really trying to get into your pockets. Fox 5's George Franco is live tonight in Bartow County to explain how exactly this works. George?
Well, Ross and Sinead, first of all, something to make perfectly clear that voter registration drives are perfectly legal in Georgia and across the country, typically conducted by legitimate organizations like the League of Women Voters. But here in Cartersville, the registration or the election supervisor was a little concerned when he thought that someone was trying a little too hard to register voters.
We're concerned that he's trying to do some kind of identity theft.
Bartow County Election Supervisor Joseph Kirk is worried an identity thief may have been knocking on apartment doors at the Alexandria Landing complex recently. A woman there called the elections office concerned about a man at her door with voter registration forms, being pushy about getting residents to register.
You urged her, you need to do this, and then offered her a chance to sign up for a voter ID card, which isn't possible. The only people that issue voter ID cards are official agencies.
Social, first of all, and your birthday and your driver's license, those are the top things that people use to steal your identity.
All of it right there on a legal state-issued voter registration form. Jacqueline Wells knows the sting of identity theft too well since someone stole hers.
I know to protect those kind of things, and if anybody comes asking for it, not to be so easy to give it up.
Election Supervisor Joseph Kirk says there's a very simple solution to protecting your identity on a registration drive.
You peel the strip off and seal it.
That way nobody sees what's on there.
Exactly.
To be perfectly safe, Kirk says it's best to register online with Georgia's Secretary of State office. They tell us you don't need to provide an email, phone number, or full Social Security. Kirk says the woman who complained saw the man had a few registration cards completed on a clipboard.
But I couldn't speak to how many people he's actually touched and reached out to and how widespread this could be.
And just another reminder, if you're going to fill out one of these registration forms, as Mr. Kirk said, pull off the strip, you've got everything written, and close it and seal it, and you can mail it because it has prepaid postage. Also, he tells us that the information from this investigation has gone to the investigators with the Secretary of State's office, and if they do catch an identity thief, he could face felony charges. Reporting live tonight in Cartersville, I'm George Franco, Fox 5 News.
Can't be too careful with your personal information. George, thanks. Well, police say a woman was snatched out of her car, then held for ransom. The search for 3 violent attackers in a frightening East Atlanta crime. That's ahead.
And this federal judge is accused of attacking his wife in a downtown hotel, but he's not going to jail. His arrest could even be erased. We'll tell you why ahead.
High Five Sports is coming with the best of Georgia high school football. This is your chance to get up and get down at the same time.
Now put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up.
Any questions? Don't miss the party. High Five Sports at 11.
A woman comes home to a pretty creepy surprise. Somebody went in and stole her bikinis. We'll tell you more about this bikini bandit next on Fox 5 News at 10.
New at 10, local police searching for a very creepy crook.
Yeah, a thief broke into a woman's home in Milton and stole intimate items from her wardrobe, specifically her bikinis. Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz has the details.
Well, police gave us the burglary report, and it says that the woman was gone for a few days, came home and noticed something fishy, went looking around her apartment, went to her closet, and saw that her bikinis were all gone.
That's very creepy.
Rather than shopping online for swimsuits on Victoria's Secret's website, a bandit went shopping for bikinis in a woman's closet.
That is a little gross and a little creepy.
Officers say the woman called them from the Stoneleigh at Deerfield Apartments and told them she found Victoria's Secret swimsuits gone from her closet.
Yeah, it's odd. It's just...
makes you speechless.
Yeah.
The victim says she spent about $80 each for these name brand swimsuits.
The bottom can run you about $60. It's worth money, but I don't know how much it's worth used.
This woman wouldn't show her face on camera, but says despite the creepy bikini bandit, the complex is safe. Police say the woman insisted she locked her doors, but couldn't find evidence someone forced themselves in. The whole ordeal still shaking up women in the complex.
I guess I'll be double locking my doors from now on.
If you have any information on this very strange bikini burglary, please contact Milton Police. In Milton, Jacqueline Schultz, Fox 5 News.
Well, there's an emotional moment today when this missing Palmetto child was reunited with his family. 11-year-old Ricky Wang disappeared yesterday afternoon after getting off the school bus. Now, his mother says he was afraid to come home because he wasn't doing well in school. Ricky was found safe and sound at a Publix grocery store just a few miles from the bus stop.
It is day 2 now in the search for a missing Griffin father and his 2 sons. Investigators tell Fox 5 they think the dad took off with the boys because DFACS wanted to take them away. Police say both parents abused and neglected those children. Anyone who has seen Kenneth Greg Owens or his 2 sons, Kenneth Luke and Caden, should call 911.
Well, a vacuum cleaner heist turns into a dangerous high-speed chase, and the whole thing caught on a Tyrone police dash cam. The chase ends when the van hits a delivery truck that sends it crashing into a utility pole. You can see what's left. Sky Fox 5 flew over the scene. 2 men were taken from to the hospital, and police say they caught another suspect who bailed out of the car during that chase. And from the I-Team tonight, more upheaval at the State Ethics Commission. The director, Holly LaBerge, has been placed on administrative leave.
And the attorney in the whistleblower lawsuit that has set the legal and political communities on fire is speaking out for the first time. Kim Worth sat down with our I-Team senior reporter Dale Russell, and Dale found that she had a lot to say about this back and forth political drama.
Anybody sitting in their living room watching this mess unfold wants to be assured that there's ethics in government.
Kim Worth is the attorney for Stacey Kalberman, the former Ethics Commission director who successfully sued the state, claiming she was forced out of her job for aggressively pursuing a campaign finance investigation against Governor Nathan Deal.
You felt like there was political pressure to squelch the investigation of Nathan Deal.
I do. I think that I do. I believe that.
Kalberman's trial and 3 other whistleblower claims from former Ethics Commission employees that were settled have cost the taxpayers nearly $3 million.
These cases, all 4 of them, represent such an incredible waste of money, and this all did not have to be.
After Kalberman's huge court victory and the other settlements, Kim Worth thought it was all over.
That sounded like I was being threatened and my agency was being threatened.
Then, current Ethics Commission Director Holly LaBerge dropped a bombshell during an exclusive interview with the Fox 5 I-Team. She told me the governor's staff threatened her as she was wrapping up the Nathan Deal investigation. She put the alleged threats in a memo and gave it to the Assistant Attorney General who is defending her. Attorney General Sam Olens says his staff felt legally they didn't have to share the evidence during Stacey Kalberman's case.
Were the decisions made by your office made in any way to protect the governor?
You know, so number one, the answer is no.
Was that memo not turned over to protect Governor Nathan Deal?
How would I know that? I have no idea. But what I do know is
You have a gleam in your eye when you say that.
There's something in it. I have no idea.
Ms. Worth felt the fact that the memo wasn't shared was so disturbing she took the unusual step to have the trial judge punish both Holly LaBerge and the Attorney General's office. She says the evidence could have led to Governor Nathan Deal testifying in her case.
It would have brought in other witnesses that I wasn't otherwise able to get into court.
And it makes us all look bad. It just does.
Judge Earl Glanville fined Holly LaBerge and Sam Olen's office a total of $20,000 for not turning over all the evidence.
Were you surprised by the judge's ruling?
Not really, not knowing this judge. He's a rule follower. He's a fantastic judge.
Worth believes the time, the money, and the questions of ethics involving the State Ethics Commission could all have been avoided if someone from the state simply said, "We made a mistake when we forced Stacey Kalberman out of her job."
It's about the right thing. You know, it's doing the right thing and not having people lose their jobs for somebody else's political or professional gain.
Dale Russell, Fox 5 News.
Well, the Ethics Commission adjourned today without a decision on LaBerge's future. It will reconvene on Monday, and of course, Fox 5 will let you know about any new developments.
High Five Sports is coming with the best high school action in Georgia. Don't forget to assume the position. Get up in your face just like you've been coached. Run along now. High Five Sports. See you at 11.
And she never saw it coming. A 5-year-old hurt when she stepped into a hole in the street. The action her mother's demanding. Ahead.
But first tonight, doctors were able to save their baby. Now can local police find their killers? A young family destroyed by violence. And that story's next. Well, they were a young family expecting a baby, but unimaginable violence destroyed the happy ending they imagined.
And Geronte Brown and Brianna Brooks were abducted from their DeKalb County home. They were shot and left for dead. Now, Brianna fought for days after the attack, but passed away on Thursday. Doctors were able to save her child, and as Fox 5's Portia Bruner reports, police are committed to finding the killers.
So we can't rule out anything at this point.
Atlanta police say they are determined to solve the bizarre and brutal crime that left this young couple dead.
We are considering all possibilities. We have not established an exact motive.
24-year-old Geronte Brown and 21-year-old Brianna Brooks were kidnapped from Brown's home in Decatur early Saturday morning. The couple had just arrived at the house on Colleen Court, pulling up in Brown's car when they were ambushed by men posing as FBI agents. The gunmen later called Brown's family, demanding $150,000 in ransom. Sadly, they followed through on their threat to shoot the couple. 20 miles away on Ridge Avenue in northwest Atlanta, Brown and Brooks were discovered, handcuffed on the ground with gunshot wounds. Brown died that day.
We believe that the victims were targeted for one reason or another that we're not going to talk about right now.
Brooks, who was in the last stretch of her pregnancy, survived the week. Doctors successfully delivered her baby, and the young mother's fight for her life gave loved ones hope she would survive. Her death Thursday now leaves two families planning for funerals instead of the wedding the young couple was supposed to have. Atlanta police say they're working closely with DeKalb police to solve the case.
Based on our investigation thus far, we do not think that we have a kidnapping crew just randomly going around and snatching people off the road.
Portia Bruner, Fox 5 News.
Well, an Atlanta woman is snatched from her own car, then held for ransom by 3 men. Police are searching for those dangerous attackers tonight, and that story's ahead. Doug?
I'm meteorologist Doug Evans. Relief is in sight, from the heat at least. Will it come this weekend? We'll talk about it coming up.
But first, he's already facing charges for a deadly crash. Now, this Carrollton father is in even more trouble for what he just did behind the wheel. The story is next.
A Carrollton man who was out on bond in a vehicular homicide case has been arrested again, this time for DUI. And what's worse, police say there was a baby in his car. Seth Schweikert was booked Wednesday night into the Carroll County Jail. Police say he'd been using meth. They found him unconscious in his car while the child cried in the back seat.
A local mother is upset after her 5-year-old daughter fell into an uncovered storm drain. Now, this happened this morning on Princess Avenue while Jaquana Butler was walking her daughter Goddess to school. The kindergartner was cut so badly she needed stitches. Goddess was taken to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta at Hughes Spalding Hospital. She is back home tonight, but her mother is demanding that the hole be filled.
Well, developing tonight, Atlanta police are searching for 3 men who snatched a woman out of her car, then held her for ransom.
Now, this nightmarish crime happened early this morning in East Atlanta. The victim says she was forced into a black SUV in the 400 block of Flat Shoals Road. And when you hear what followed, you'll know it's a miracle she's alive. Fox 5's Morse Diggs reports.
What happened to a woman in this East Atlanta parking lot was frightening. She was snatched, but police reinforced one point while talking about it.
Based on our investigation thus far, we do not think that we have a kidnapping crew just randomly going around and snatching people off the road.
It started around 1:30 Thursday morning when the unidentified female motorist backed into a car. Just a minor accident, says Captain Paul Garucci, but it allowed just enough time for two men to spring into action.
And during the process of that, some unknown individuals came up and actually kidnapped her. Placed her in a vehicle and then left the scene, and also left the scene in her vehicle.
Did these individuals present themselves as law enforcement?
Yes, we have information. We've got information that they did not, and we have information that they did.
The captain described an all-out hunt for the woman that ended in her being found by police early in the evening, unharmed. Police won't say where or how. The captain knows quite a bit more than he's willing to disclose.
There were ransom demands. So it's not a carjacking.
I'm Morris Diggs, Fox 5 News.
All right, Doug is back. Not too much rain on the Friday night football games.
No, it's been fairly dry, and that's good news. There are some rain showers out there right now. Let's take a look at Fox 5 Live Viper. You can just barely make it out. It's out I-20 to the south and to the north. It's mostly concentrated in Coweta County right now, over the line a little bit in Heard County, over in Carroll County as well. But for everybody else, it has been a nice, dry Friday football night. What about that? Take a look at your Fox 5 forecast then for the weekend. Just a peek at it. Saturday, hot and humid. Check it out. Sunday, hot and humid for the week ahead. Well, what is this? A little bit cooler, huh? That'll be welcome relief. The radar and cloud composite shows what's going on around the area. We've got high pressure off the coast, and as that spins around, that is spinning around warm, moist air through the state. You see the effect down in South Georgia there, where we had a lot of cloudiness and storms today. Also some clouds and storms to the northwest in Georgia as well. Currently in Atlanta, it is 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. The dew point and the relative humidity are up there. So yes, it's been a warm, muggy night. Around the rest of the area, we are cooling down from temperatures that were in the upper 80s, low 90s today. In fact, the high temperature at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport was 89. The low was 72. Sunrise at 7:15, sunset at 7:57. No rainfall at the airport today, and we're down slightly for the year, but there were a lot of areas, especially up in the North Georgia mountains, that saw heavy rain today. Today's high temperatures around the perimeter, mostly in the mid-80s. We get out to the east and we see temperatures closer to 90s. In fact, 90 degrees in Rome today. The hour-by-hour forecast shows that rain's kind of lingering on for through the overnight hours into the early morning hours of Saturday. We're waking up just with a slight chance of a shower in the morning on Saturday. We get into the afternoon. There we see the combination of that heat and humidity could fire up storms in a wider swath across North Georgia. Just about a 40% chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon. It is going to be a warm, muggy one. Overnight, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. Again, it will be hot and muggy tomorrow with temperatures at 90 or above in some areas. Your Fox 5 Storm Team AccuWeather forecast then for tonight. Overnight low of 71 degrees, mostly cloudy and muggy. That humidity factors in tomorrow as well, 89. The daytime high, hot and humid, isolated thunderstorms. Then for Sunday, 88 degrees and a 40% chance for showers. But take a look. Showers throughout the rest of the week, yes, but look at those temperatures. We are down into the mid-80s, and that's more normal with low temperatures in the 60s. But this weekend, Russ, another hot, humid one.
All right, it'll be pumpkin weather before you know it. Doug, thanks very much. Well, breaking up is hard to do. It really is. But according to a Parisian news agency, it was especially hard for one 33-year-old Frenchman. He's going to prison after admitting that he called and texted his ex-girlfriend 21,807 times in a 10-month period. Now, he told the court, quote, "I tell myself with hindsight that it was stupid." Well, he'll have plenty of time to get over that breakup as he serves 4 months behind bars. He's also required to get psychiatric treatment.
Well, police say he was driving drunk and then crashed his car, but that's not the worst of what one Minnesota dad is accused of doing. Why did he abandon his 12-year-old daughter at the crash scene? The story is ahead.
But first tonight, a quadruple murder suspect is behind bars, and the 4-year-old boy he kidnapped is safe. New information on the violent crime that sparked an Amber Alert next.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
He's at the end of this block, FYI.
Police arrest a man who they say is responsible for 4 murders, and his 4-year-old autistic son, who'd been missing since the bodies were discovered, was with him unharmed. Florida police found 28-year-old Adam Matos early this morning at a downtown Tampa hotel. Authorities say they realized the child was missing when they went to his home for a routine welfare check. Soon after, deputies discovered the bodies of 2 men and 2 women less than a mile away.
Did you kill those 4 people?
I don't have anything to say right now. What about your son? What are your concerns about him right now? I love my son and I hope that he's safe right now.
Why did you take him?
He's my son.
Police aren't talking about a motive for the murders or the relationship between Matos and the victims. Oklahoma state officials have wrapped up their investigation of the botched execution last April of murderer Clayton Lockett. It took 43 minutes for him to die on a table like this one. The Department of Public Safety report blames a lack of planning, saying the EMT and doctor didn't train with the rest of the execution team and that they had problems finding a vein for the IV. They called the governor when it seemed like the drugs weren't working. The investigation found that Lockett died because of those drugs, though, not a heart attack, as was initially reported. Sine?
Well, Ross, police say a 14-year-old Florida girl has admitted to burning her family's house down. Now, you can see the destruction that the fire left behind yesterday. The girl's mother and 9-year-old brother were sleeping inside the home when the fire ignited. Luckily, they were able to escape safely. Officers say the girl is a fan of the ghoulish online character known as Slender Man. The teen is being held at the Pasco Juvenile Assessment Center in Port Richey, Florida. Earlier this year, 2 Wisconsin girls say they were inspired by Slender Man when they tried to stab another girl to death. And a Florida judge has found herself on the wrong side of the law. We have video of the now suspended Broward County judge, Giselle Polak, during a roadside sobriety test. She was crying and begging the officer to take off her handcuffs after her vehicle crashed into another car. Well, today, Judge Polak appeared as a defendant in court and pleaded guilty to driving under the influence.
I am not here to make excuses, Your Honor. I have suffered from depression and alcoholism most of my adult life.
Polak's attorney says he's hopeful that the judge will be able to return to the bench. He says that may be contingent upon whether she can remain sober.
Well, speaking of judges in trouble, there's news on a federal judge arrested here in Atlanta for attacking his wife. It turns out he won't go to jail, and his arrest might even be erased. We'll tell you why ahead.
But first, you could call it full service. A New York hotel popular for weddings is now serving its guests with divorces too. That story next.
We got a monster night of Hi-Fi Sports coming, and the rest of the day in sports. There's Cody trying to fix things, and Chandra's on the phone. We've got calls coming in from all over the state, all sorts of scores. Braves, yeah, we got a lot of excitement today and some disappointments. You want to tune into the big show? It's coming up.
The big gainers and big decliners. The Fox 5 Stock Report.
I'll probably just say, I got to do the host show.
Okay, it's pretty good.
Oh, great. It's a working newsroom. It's a working bunker. Somebody may throw a grenade in here. We have to be ready. Yes, I can hear you. Were you calling me before? Is there a volume control? Which one do you think it is, Michelle? This one?
Is it too hot or too low?
Too hot.
Yeah, good now.
How about now? How about now? How about now?
Be ringing there.
How we doing? How we doing? How we doing, Stephen? A lot better. A lot better.
Okay, this one's going to give you a warm feeling. Not. Hotels love to cater to couples. They offer packages for spa getaways or romantic weekends away.
Yeah, but what if you're a couple that wants to uncouple? Well, what if the romance is the last thing on your mind as man and wife? If that's your situation, no worries. One New York hotel has you covered. It's the Gideon Putnam Resort in upstate New York, and it's offering divorce packages to guests. So this is how it works. Couples check in on Friday. By the time they leave on Sunday, they're fully divorced. The hotel brings in lawyers, psychologists, even real estate agents in order to make sure it happens in one weekend.
You will sign the divorce agreement. And the divorce agreement is nothing else than just a piece of paper with everything in it, and everything is spoken out everybody agrees on everything, and then you will leave the hotel single.
Wow. Well, if you think the idea sounds crazy, there are actually 6 divorce hotels that are already making big money in the Netherlands. Management at the Gideon Putnam Resort say lots of couples like to get married at their hotel, so it only makes sense to them to help them get unmarried too.
Welcome to the bunker, everybody. Didn't think we would top last week, but it looks like we will, and then some. Everybody a little quiet right now. We're still getting some scores, but we've already got our high-five play of the night, and looks like this from McEachern and Buford. A big game. My Indians trying to avoid another loss, but Buford's a tough place to play. Everybody knows that. From that game, we take a look at Andrew Hayward, who's going to step in front of a pass here. In the very first series of the game, Hayward takes it all the way back for a touchdown, a nice snag, but Buford would have an answer for that, and we'll tell you about it on the big show. We've also got 2 games we're featuring tonight. Marissa Lynn and Bill Hartman are reporting from those.
An early season rivalry game between neighborhood schools, Mill Creek and Decula. Lots of points scored in this game, lots of people running up and down the field. We'll have the story of who won coming up at 11 o'clock.
Thanks, Bill. Hanging out at our second game of the week featuring Monroe area and Walnut Grove. And I think, Ken, these girls got something to say to you. Back to you, Ken.
All right, Marissa, Bill, we look forward to those reports. Braves with 22 games to go in Miami. Time for them to impress us. How about it? Let's see how they did. I think it's not. Aaron Harang on the mound tonight. He took a beating after scoring 2 in the first. Miami got back-to-back doubles in the third off Aaron Harang. Harang lasted only 3 2/3 innings. Good googly mooglies. He takes the loss. So did the Braves. 11-3 the final for Miami. Brad Keselowski won the pole for Saturday night's Sprint Cup race in Richmond. This was the last race before the chase of the Sprint Cup field is chosen. Jeff Gordon second, Jimmy Johnson third. There are 19 drivers fighting for 2 spots in the 16-car chase field. Life without Tony Gonzalez begins for the Falcons Sunday under the dome against those Saints. Let's take a look at our Falcons as they prepare for the opener against New Orleans. You are obviously not going to replicate his production and what he meant to Matt Ryan in certain situations, especially near the goal line. But Matt did tell me that the offense is tinkering with new things schematically to get more guys involved and make up for the loss of the great Tony G.
You know, obviously you love to have Tony, and we're going to miss him because of the production that he brought to the table. But in order to replace that, I think schematically we have to be a little bit different because we don't have Tony's skill set in one individual on our offense. But we can use different guys to make up for that.
Well, you may as well leave your TV right where it is. Hi-Fi Sports tonight. Then Sunday after church, we debut the Fox 5 tailgate. That's going to be a fun one as we preview the Falcons-Saints game. NFL Sunday at noon, followed by the Falcons and Saints, and later 49ers and Cowboys. Georgia Tech rambling into Tulane's new stadium in New Orleans tomorrow afternoon. They started out with a win over Wofford last week. Coach says he saw some good things. He saw some bad things in that game. Says this time he wants only good things.
Historically, I think teams make the best improvement for the most improvement from week 1 to week 2, and certainly we're looking forward to working that way and doing that.
Mighty Georgia State Panthers and their gutsy quarterback Nick Arbuckle back under the top tomorrow to host New Mexico State. Then the closing seconds of their season opening win over Abilene Christian last week. They were a sight to see. An exciting victory that put a little skip in their step heading into game 2.
I mean, there's a little bit more pep in their step. You know, I think that's natural when you win. But, you know, we had a pep in our step before the game. So, you know, it always reinforces and helps and keeps you going in the right direction when you win.
That's a wrap. Big show coming up at 11. Don't miss it. In your face. You know the routine.
All right, we'll see you in less than 10 minutes now. Ken, thanks. Now, we're not going to come right out and say this guy is a bad dad, but he's accused of driving drunk, crashing his car, and then abandoning his 12-year-old daughter at the scene. You decide. Police say Dedrick Whitaker was drunk behind the wheel when he hit a wall with his car. He drove away from the scene, leaving his 12-year-old daughter in the road, hurt from the crash. She had to call 911 to get help for herself.
But she did call 911 to report what happened. And reported that it was her father, that it crashed, and she got out of the vehicle because she did not feel safe, obviously, and that he took off.
Police say they caught up with that dad 6 miles away from the accident scene, appearing dazed and confused. Sine?
Well, Russ, it's not a good sign when a giant sign falls onto your car. Drivers pinned by McDonald's famous golden arches. Look at this. The video just ahead.
But first tonight, a federal judge arrested for attacking his wife in a downtown hotel will not go to jail. But listen to this. Even a record of his arrest could be erased. Find out why next. He's accused of attacking his wife inside an Atlanta hotel, but he's a judge, a federal judge, who just negotiated what sounds like a pretty savvy plea deal.
That's right. Mark Fuller not going to jail. And in fact, if he completes the terms of his deal, it'll be like he was never arrested at all. Fox 5's Corey McGinnis explains why.
Well, the state made a few recommendations, and if Fuller doesn't comply, then it's possible that this case can go to a court trial. The bench Judge Mark Fuller sat on Friday is a much different bench than what he's used to. Fuller had his first court hearing after being accused of beating his wife last month.
We're recommending the 24 weeks domestic violence intervention program.
Fuller accepted a plea deal that will have his arrest expunged if he completes a domestic violence intervention program along with an alcohol and drug evaluation. The judge wants Fuller to bring documentation indicating that he has started classes by his next court date. Once he finishes the classes, the case will be dismissed. If not,
then we will have to send the case to state court for a trial.
Friday's hearing comes after Fuller's wife told police she was assaulted by her husband at the Ritz-Carlton. Officers noticed the victim's injuries and she was treated on scene by Grady EMS. Atlanta police arrested Judge Fuller, but he was released 2 days after the incident. Well, the next court date is scheduled for Tuesday, October 14th. That's when the judge will decide if the case will be dismissed or if it'll go to court for trial. Reporting in Fulton County, Corey McGinnis, Fox 5 News.
Well, this is what happens when you hit the gas instead of the brakes. A driver parks a car inside a restaurant, and that video is next.
Also, a driver having trouble parking her car in Arizona accidentally parks it. That's coming up.
One, two. How much time we got? What's that?
45 till we go into the H-block.
Well, this driver had a little bit of trouble parking her car in Arizona. She parks it inside the restaurant. The video shows the car crashing into Gino's cheesesteaks. One customer got stuck in her booth after the impact. She is expected to be okay. And another scare for drivers, this one at a McDonald's drive-thru.
McDonald's famous golden arches came crashing down on cars at one of its Oklahoma stores. 2 cars were pinned underneath the massive sign in the pole. One of those drivers says when she realized what had happened, she started screaming.
All of a sudden, as I was looking at the menu, I sort of saw a shadow on my hood, and when I looked over, that pole was just almost right in my face. I suddenly realized I'm still alive, and you know, I need to do something here instead of sit here and scream.
She was lucky. Both of those drivers are going to be okay, but they say they are upset because no one from McDonald's has contacted them to apologize or to offer help with their medical bills. Well, it is Friday night, the mood is right, and the fives are high. Time for some high school football.
Our favorite time of the week.
Yep.
You know, no one does it better than K-Rod and the crew. Let's get into some high five sports. In your face, assume the position.
Have a good weekend.
Welcome to the big show. You know it. High Five Sports is in your face. It's an attitude. It's fun. It's a way of life. And for a lot of teams out there, the time for that is now. This is your apocalypse. Wow.
This is the end. beautiful friend.
Can't we get in your face from a safer distance?
Son, when I say it's safe to play, it's safe to play. You smell that? I love the smell of High-Five Sports.
Heads up!
The grass, the weather, it's all up there in your face.
Watch out!
You know, someday this season's gonna end. Yes, it is. And that'll be a sad day. You're going to get plenty of satisfaction tonight. Mighty McEachern at Quad A's top-ranked Buford. How about that for a matchup? First series for the Indians. Defensive back Andrew Hayward with the interception. He's going the other way. Feet don't fail me now. Indians got a touchdown on Buford. 6-0. Wolves turn up the heat. They're at their place. Isaac Nauta with a nasty pop on Bailey Hockman. He goes down hard, but he gets up. And that forced the Indians to punt from the end zone. Buford blocks the punt. Safety, 6-2. McEachern leads, but they're in a heap of trouble. Wolves quarterback Luke Humphrey will roll out and find Nauta for the score. And Buford wins 27-20. McEachern is 0-2. My goodness. At Lakewood Stadium, Grady Gray Knights. Carver Panthers. In the fourth quarter, Carver up 16-6 and looking for more. Kentrell Barber picked off by Grady's Roncavius Collins. He's a happy man. That gave Kalen Newton, Cam's brother, Kalen Newton, a chance to fake the hand. He fakes everybody out. Who's the camera person? It's a touchdown. We got that part. 16-12. Grady, fourth down, last chance. Newton's pass is going to be, he's looking for somebody, and oh my goodness. Carver wins it 16-12. Westlake Lions hosting the Shiloh Generals. Generals looking for their first win. Westlake will have something to say about that. First quarter, Shiloh quarterback Vito Piori throws for 10 yards to number 18, Cameron Stewart, and that's a Shiloh touchdown. We're working on it. We're working on it. Later in the first, Shiloh's Charles Shavers takes the handoff and goes 5 yards into the end zone. 14-0. Shiloh wins it 14-7. Well, we need to make our first call down to the High-Five bunker. Cody is down there with an alert from the Lovett-Marist game. A couple of state-ranked teams. Cody, report.
Ken, huge night in the bunker. We got scores coming in. That's how that ticker gets on the bottom of your screen.
That's
those
right.
ladies doing some work. We also have scores over here. One of those scores, Merritt and Lovett. But first, let's take a look at the highlights. You want to be with a legend? How about Alan Chadwick going into his 30th season as head coach at Marist, looking for win number, get this, 324 tonight. Now we'll pick it up in the first quarter. Sam Feltz going to find Cameron Pearson. He will do the rest as he gets on down the sidelines. Little man gets pulled down, but that wouldn't be too bad because John Gibson would score. The big man rolls into the end zone. Marist goes up 7-0 at that point. Lions late in the first half looking for something, any kind of offense. Willie Candler, he hits Jonathan Thomas, and Thomas does the rest. Sprints down the sideline, but not enough tonight. Marist Marist comes out on top 27-7, and they beat Lovett at home tonight. Hey, we're also looking for your high-five team photos this week. This is our man, Johnny Brown. He did it just right. Put your hand in your face and send us a picture on Twitter at High-Five Sports or High-Five Sports on Facebook. We'll share those later in the show, Ken.
This is how you do it, Cody. Thanks a lot. All right, time for our 680 call of the week. Seen and heard from the eyes and ears of photographer Eli Jordan. In your face as we watch and listen.
Beautiful fall evening in Milton. It's the first meeting since 1979 as an old rivalry is renewed when Norcross takes on Milton. Fourth down, and it looks like they'll go for it. They'll hand off to Brisker. Brisker has some running room, picks up the first down and more at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Mikru Brisker, 32-yard scamper into the end zone to strike first for the Milton Eagles. Second down, 9, 7:28 to go in the first quarter. Milton on top, 7-0. Ball on the left hash mark. Play action fake, throwing up and intercepted. What an athletic play by Cortez Sapp, taking it back, 10-5, leaps to the end zone. Was he in? Yes! What an athletic play.
They got Wildcat formation this time with Jameer Billingsley. Ball snap past Billingsley, and it'll be a safety as it's rocketed past him by center Kyle Jones. 16-0 now for the Milton Eagles.
What up with the two-time defending state champions Norcross? They lost big time. The Milton Eagles 26-0 over Norcross. Still to come, North Paulding and Allatoona the battle for the bucket. Two schools, one bucket of dirt, and a county line that divides them. It's big. It's also on the way. Bill Harbin at our High Five Sports Game of the Week.
It's one of the games of the week. Mill Creek leading the field at halftime, playing Decula, a neighborhood rivalry. We'll have the story coming up.
All right, let's make history, fellas. Let's make history. Let's go. Let's make history. Let's go.
Also underway, our Coaches Mic'd Up segment. Douglas coach Rodney Cofield. What will he say? What will he do? You'll find out. Big and tall, young and small, we are High Five Sports.
Pull right down, right on one. Ready? Right! Back, right! Lie down, lie down. Go!
That's what I call in your face, and so is this. Each week we strap a microphone on one of our coaches. We want to know what they say. We want to know what they do. Here's Douglas Astros coach Rodney Cofield, all mic'd up and in your face.
Let's go, let's go. We got 12 minutes. 12 times 4 is 48. We got 48 minutes of physical pain. Come on, Pete. Let's go. What's wrong with you? Are you tired? Tired, you're a killer. 21, do it right. I know your leg is hurt, but y'all running tipping though. Come on, you're supposed to go in the first place. Don't let down. Let's go. Let's go. Man, Miami, look at Big Slim in the scene. 0990. Let's go. Miami right. Yeah, on the ball. Big Slim in the scene. I'm looking good, boy. I'm watching. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. That's what I like. You're going to make us stronger.
Final score, Douglas 47, Cross Keys 2. Thanks to Coach Cofield for that. We appreciate it. All the pain train rolls on. Up next, Union Grove Wolverines, Locust Grove, Wildcat Stadium. Wildcats getting something started. Caleb Huntley, 15 yards, and he gets a first down. Some pretty pictures here. Take it all the way, man. 3-0 Locust Grove. Union Grove battles back. Luke Parker, 32 yards for a first down. And on the next play, here we go, Luke Parker, this is it. Luke's got the ball, and he can't find anybody to tackle him, so he runs somebody over. Next play, quarterback Jake Kaufman finds Chad Reeves for a 7-yard touchdown strike. Union Grove wins it 21-3. Double A's top-ranked GAC Spartans taking on a winless 0-2 Eagles Landing Christian team in McDonough. Spartans moving. Josh Pickens takes the screen pass and goes down to the 5. He's a big man. What are they feeding him down there? Next play, Davis Mills keeps it. There he is. Touchdown, 15-7 Spartan men. Chargers show some fight. A recent state champion. They've got some fight. Jordan Scott finding some running room, goes to 36 yards. Oh. No flag on that? Okay, we'll take it. Alex Usry makes a 32-yard field goal to make it 15-10. GAC goes on to win it 23-16. Defending state 5A champion Creekside at Carver, Columbus. You know this is a big test. Carver plays some mean ball down there. 6'5" quarterback Jawan pass, bobs and weaves, and in there for 6 points. Huge. A lot of big quarterbacks tonight. Back comes Creekside. Bryson Terry punches it in. Carver Columbus, 19-13. They lead in a weather-delayed game. Halftime. Already? This is too much fun. Still to come, a neighborhood showdown. Decula Falcons, Mill Creek Hawks. There's going to be some hurt feelings in this one. It's one of our featured games, and so's this. Walnut Grove Warriors versus the Monroe Area Hurricanes. We are Hi-Fi Sports, and no matter how you say it, we are in your face.
Hi, I'm Terry Bradshaw, 4-time Super Bowl champion, and high five is in your face. Or high five is in my face. It's in somebody's face.
Game of the Week is sponsored by Sonic. This is how you Sonic.
Double your sentiment, your merriment, double your moment of fun, double your delight with the right mint for refreshment. It's the only one. Double your pleasure, double your fun. That's the statement of the great mint in Double Mint Gum.
You betcha. We're doubling up on the High Five Heat now with two feature games tonight. The first, Decula at Mill Creek. Bill Hartman is manning that with super cameraman Blaine Cummett. Let's get out to them right now.
We're playing our greatest rival. This is your opportunity to let your boldness and your courage develop.
Hey, great night for football. Great night to be a Falcon, baby. Lots of inspiring talk before the game. It's that big a deal. 7-7 early, Decula's Giovanni Lugo hit Jonathan Grant for the big gain. He takes it down to the 2-yard line. They quickly scored after that. Falcons fly in 14-7. Mill Creek raced back down the field. Malik Turner in front of the pack. He's finally brought down after a gain of, wow, about 70 yards. Hawks scored. It's a 14-14 game. Back and forth, back and forth. Here comes Decula's Kevin Ficklin. About 50 yards on this play. And the Falcons retake the lead, 21-14. Neat spin move here. Mill Creek's Brian Epignani tied it 21-21 at the half. Then the defenses took over. The ball's loose, and Decula's Jacob Brazier, number 20, is right on top of it. That turned out to be huge. Lugo called his own number for the winning touchdown. And that's how Decula knocked off Mill Creek 28-21. Man, what an ending. This is one of those games that you dream about at the last part of the season, but this one happened in the first few weeks. Tommy Jones is the coach. Very physical, huh?
Yeah, it was a bloodbath. I mean, both teams got after each other. Two physical, typical Gwinnett County teams. Just can't say enough about these guys back here and their attitude and their effort they played with. Played with outstanding effort, as good as I've ever seen, and
well, did it.
Really excited.
Giovanni Lugo, what a game you had. You scored actually what turned out to be the winning touchdown. How do you feel about all this?
I feel great. It was a team effort. We all did it. We all beat Mill Creek.
Yeah, you did. Congratulations to Decula Falcons.
Nice win for the Falcons. More's better, you know that. Everybody knows that. So let's get to our twin game of the night, Walnut Grove at Monroe area. Marissa delivers that one for us right now.
What time is it?
The Hurricanes storming through the bleachers pregame, thanking the home crowd for being at today's rivalry game against Walnut Grove. This was a game of turnovers, and right from the beginning. Canes with the ball first, but not for long. First play from scrimmage, ball is fumbled, and the Warriors recover at the Monroe area 20-yard line. That's some great field position, but they'd get stuffed later on a 3rd and 5 and would settle for a field goal on that possession. Later, Canes ball. Check out the nifty moves from Keon Camp. He goes to the left, and that's not going to work. Takes it to the right, and he has all the space in the world and then some. Camp for the touchdown, 6'3", Monroe area. Tucker Laughlin had some moves himself, jumping over a pile of Canes defensemen, barely missing the end zone. Next play, he'd punch it in. Later in the first half, things take another turn in the game. Laughlin is sacked, and the Hurricanes turn that into 6. 12-10 Monroe area. Last score of the half, and Laughlin airs it out to Deshaun Smith right in front of our High Five cameras. Nice work. 16-12 Walnut Grove as we head into the break. Second half action, Canes retake the lead early, but the Warriors' TJ Little turns up the heat. He's just shy of the touchdown, but it would set up the go-ahead touchdown, and after that, the party was on for Walnut Grove. They win 22-18 after losing 75-0 last year. Coach, you said that you got your butt whooped last year. What does this win mean to you?
You know what? We started working in January for this game, and it's just a great feeling. Our kids just really representing the Groves. It's a great win for our school.
What does this win mean for this young program?
You know what, I think it gives us a little belief in what we're doing, and the things we do work, and the coaching we're coaching works. And you know, they beat us 75-0 last year, and that sign's been hanging in our sign since weight room since January 1st. Every day we work out, we looked at it. So proud of my kids and my coaches. What a fantastic job.
Great stuff. Congratulations. Time now for the Battle of the Bucket. If you've never heard, North Paulding and Allatoona High School are separated by the Cobb-Paulding County line. They're that close. And some of the valuable dirt on that line is in this bucket. And who wants it? Who's getting it? Only one way to find out. North Paulding won it last year. Allatoona wants it back. Oh, the bucket. It's full of that county dirt. Well, it's real simple, isn't it? North Paulding touchdown in the first quarter. Kyle Banks finds Javier Williams. 7-0 Wolfpack. They had the early lead at Allatoona. A touchdown in the first quarter. Connor Larson finding Brian Dallas. 29 yards. Go Dallas. He's in there. Snuck inside. Tied it all up. North Paulding, as you would expect, this is a tough battle. Kyle Banks fumbles, and it's recovered by Allatoona for a touchdown. Allatoona 14-7 now. What's going to happen next? Will Allatoona hang on? Still second quarter. Handoff to Russell Holloman, who ran for 313 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight. Make that 3 touchdowns as Allatoona wins it 56-35. They getting the bucket back. Still on the way, our High Five Sports Team of the Week flipped head over heels for the High Five Hand Trophy. Look at them. And our visit with the North Cobb Warriors coming up. Big test for them tonight. The Purple Hurricanes of Cartersville visiting. This is an intriguing matchup. We'll be right back. But you keep your hands up in your face. We're High Five Sports.
Yo, DJ, turn it on. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air.
Go, like he needs it in 20 seconds. All right, here we go. That's going to be our on the set moment. Yep, I got you. You got me? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. West Hall!
This
Well, how about the North Cobb Warriors? Our High Five Sports Team of the Week flipped out on us this Thursday morning, first of the season. And not only did they get a live pep rally on Fox 5, they also received the one and only High Five Hand Trophy. There it is. Good Day Atlanta's Paul Milliken, the master of ceremonies, an exciting way to start the day. North Cobb had that huge win over North Gwinnett. One of the reasons why the entire school earned the High Five Hand Trophy. The Warriors, part of an intriguing matchup tonight in Kennesaw. They were paid a visit from the Purple Hurricanes of Cartersville. Let's put them that Team of the Week title to the test at North Cobb Sewell Stadium. And look at the Purple Hurricanes. They were not impressed. North Cobb, though, with an interception here. Taking it back the other way. I've got texts from family members. My sister-in-law calling me. She's a Purple Hurricane. And she was saying they were up, but North Cobb kept fighting back. Tyler Queen on his way to Auburn after this year. And he finds a teammate in the end zone for a touchdown. North Cobb trying to take control of this game. Queen again with the snap. He's a big fella. Man, we have some big quarterbacks in this town. And he's intercepted. What happened? It's all orange out there and some purple sprinkled in. Cartersville going for a TD and they get it. This one going back and forth, and North Cobb pulls it out. 27-26. I knew that would be a good one. Are the Harrison Hoyas for real? They're hosting the Indians of East Coweta, a couple of undefeated teams. Quarterback Will LaGuardia finds Davian Jackson for a big gainer. For East Coweta, that set up a LaGuardia to Tyler Poitras touchdown. Yes, quick little pass there, dangerous, but it was good. Check out 230-pound Carlos Ford coming right at you. Indians catch in. Oh my goodness, this is the man. Check his birth certificate. Short touchdown there for the Indians, and East Coweta wins it 24-7. Let's get back down to the man who made drinking pickle juice and mustard on live TV seem sexy.
Nothing like that this week. We just wanted your team photos. We asked, and you sent them in. Check this one out. West Hall, they sent in a cop. Yeah, I think that guy pulled me over on 985. West Hall 31-0 winners over Chestatee. Also, John Williams sent in his picture tonight. Another score, Calhoun 34, Carrollton 6. 0-3 Carrollton Trojans under Ed Dudley, still looking for their first win. Ken?
Awesome job, Cody. Thanks, everybody. Remember, it's Apocalypse Wow. Every week, every game matters. You matter. Thanks for watching. High Five Sports returns next week at 11 o'clock. Really important, the poll for the team and game of the week opens up at 9 a.m. Get in their faces, everybody. Stay in your face. not the way I want to do it. Are we doing it? Should we just do it here? Don't I want to get in trouble? Let me find, oh, Chip Harrison also, if you're listening. Okay. We need to do the order. Life without Tony Gonzalez begins Sunday for the Falcons. You'll see it on Fox 5. Just seeing him. Oh, I can't bear it. Oh, our Braves in Miami last night. 22 games ago, you think it's time for them to impress us a little? Or not? After scoring 2 in the first, Miami with back-to-back doubles in the third off Aaron Harang. Aaron lasted only 3 2/3. He takes a loss, and so do the Braves. 11-3 final for Miami. Good grief. Brad Keselowski won the pole for tonight's Sprint Cup race in Richmond. This is the last race before the chase for the Sprint Cup field is chosen. Jeff Gordon was second in qualifying, Jimmy Johnson third. There are 19 drivers fighting for 2 spots in the 16-car chase field. Life without Tony Gonzalez begins for the Falcons and quarterback Matt Ryan Sunday against the Saints. Moving on without the big target. You are obviously not going to replicate his production and what he meant to Matt Ryan in certain situations, especially near the end zone. But Matt did tell me that the offense is tinkering with new things, schematically speaking, to get more guys involved and make up for the loss of the great Tony G.
Obviously you love to have Tony, and we're going to miss him because of the production that he brought to the table. But in order to replace that, I think schematically we have to be a little bit different because we don't have Tony's skill set in one individual on our offense. But we can use different guys to make up for that.
I told you it was a schematic thing. We debut the Fox 5 tailgate tomorrow. That's going to be fun as we preview the Falcons-Saints game. 11:30 start time for that. Fox NFL Sunday follows, and then the Falcons and Saints, and later 49ers and Cowboys. Georgia Tech rambling into Tulane's new stadium in New Orleans today. They started out with a win over Wofford last week. Coach says he saw some good and some bad in that game. Says this time he wants only good.
Historically, I think teams make the most improvement from week 1 to week 2, and certainly we're looking forward to working that way and doing that.
The mighty Georgia State Panthers and their gutsy quarterback Nick Arbuckle back under the big top today to host New Mexico State. The closing seconds of their season-opening win over Abilene Christian was a sight to see. Exciting victory that put a little skip in their step heading into Game 2.
I mean, there's a little bit more pep in their step. I think that natural when you win. But, we had a pep in our step before the game. So, it always reinforces and helps and keeps you going in the right direction when you win.
Winning is everything. Don't forget to log on to highfivesports.com and start voting for our High Five Team of the Week and our High Five Game of the Week. We're counting on you. In your face. Make it a great day. Huge Friday night of football in Cobb County. We're going to start with a mega matchup between my mighty McEachern Indians and Jess Simpson's Buford Wolves. Buford has 10 state championships. McEachern, well, they'll get one soon enough. It's a big matchup. They were going to Buford, McEachern was, and you know that'd be a tough place to win. First series, though, Indians made something happen. Defensive back Andrew Hayward, interceptions. Feet don't fail me now. He takes it all the way for a touchdown. Nice job, Mr. Hayward. 6-0 McEachern. But the Wolves, they began turning up the heat. Isaac Nauta with the nasty pop on Bailey Hockman. Bailey's all right, just had his feelings hurt. Force the Indians to punt, and oh, they get their punt blocked. McEachern leading 6-2, but they're in a heap of trouble over there in Buford. Wolves quarterback Luke Humphrey rolls out, finds Nauta with the score, 9-6. Buford goes on to win it 27-20. McEachern, the preseason #1, is 0-2. North Cobb and Cartersville, intriguing matchup. Cartersville quarterback Trevor Lawrence picked off by North Cobb's Jalen Chapman, but this was a tight game all the way. Don't let that 6A classification fool you. Cartersville came down to play some football. That led to a touchdown. Deshaun Harris in the end zone. Tyler Queen on his way to Auburn and on his way to a touchdown right there. But another interception. This time North Cobb quarterback Tyler Queen is picked off by Jahir Camps. Cartersville came to play, folks. They really did. That led to a Cartersville touchdown. Tiaman Pennyman takes it on in. But North Cobb, just by the hair on their chinny chin chin, wins this one 27-26. Are the Harrison Hoyas for real? They're hosting the Indians of East Coweta last night, a couple of undefeated teams. Indians quarterback Will LaGuardia finds Davian Jackson for a big gainer. A little close to the end zone. Let's set up a LaGuardia to Tyler Poitras touchdown. East Coweta playing big. Check out the 230-pound Carlos Ford coming right at you. Mr. Ford, if you're nasty, I don't want to tackle that guy. Check his papers. That guy's a man. East Coweta's Mackenzie Martin with the interception now as East Coweta goes on to beat Harrison, handing them their first loss 24-7. Battle of the Bucket. Alatoona hosting North Paulding. There's the bucket. The dirt coming from the east, from the Paulding and Cobb line, and it's in the bucket. Who wants it? North Paulding in the first quarter. Kyle Banks, Javier Williams, 7-0 Wolfpack. Alatoona making a move of their own. Quarterback Connor Larson passed to Bryant Dallas for 29 yards. That tied it up at 7. Tuna wants that bucket back, and they're going to get it. Everybody all in my face. Handoff to Russell Halliman. He ran for 313 yards and 3 touchdowns. Halliman, a big man tonight, as Alatoona wins it 56-35. They get the bucket back. There he is. I'll be back next week with more highlights and action from high school football in Cobb County. High Five Sports in your face on MDJ.com and Cobb Football Friday.